Once upon a time, in a small but lively African village, lived a young man named Kwame. Kwame was known for his adventurous spirit and kind heart, always seeking new experiences beyond the village. One day, he and his friends decided to take a road trip to explore the nearby towns. As they traveled along a winding dirt road, Kwame saw a woman who instantly caught his attention. Her name was Adisa, and she was no ordinary woman. She was beautiful, mysterious, and graceful, with a smile that could melt the heart of anyone who saw it. Kwame's friends couldn't stop whispering about her, each one marveling at her beauty. "Look, Kwame," one friend nudged him, "that's every man's dream woman." Kwame couldn't argue. Adisa seemed to hold some hidden magic, and before he knew it, he found himself drawn to her. To his surprise, Adisa was warm and kind, and soon they began spending time together. They would share stories, laugh together, and wander through the village, becoming close friends. But each time they met, she remained as mysterious as ever. Kwame found himself wanting to know everything about her. Time passed, and Kwame's feelings deepened. He couldn't keep it in any longer. One evening, under the golden hues of a setting sun, he gathered his courage. "Adisa," he said, his voice soft and nervous, "I have to tell you something. I think I'm in love with you." Adisa looked at him with her kind eyes, smiled gently, and placed a hand on his shoulder. "Oh, Kwame," she said softly, "you are very dear to me, but we can only be friends." From that day, Adisa seemed different. She became distant, slipping away like a breeze before Kwame could even greet her. Kwame was heartbroken and confused. He missed the laughter and the warmth they shared. He tried asking the villagers about her, but no one seemed to know much. Rumors floated around, some said she was magical, others claimed she was not of this world. One day, as Kwame wandered near the edge of the forest, he spotted Adisa slipping into the thick, green trees. Curiosity got the best of him, and he decided to follow her, keeping a safe distance so she wouldn't notice. The forest grew dense and dark as he moved deeper, with only a few beams of sunlight breaking through the leaves. Kwame's heart raced, pounding louder with each step, but he pressed on, his need for answers too strong to ignore. At last, he saw her stop in a small clearing. She looked around carefully, almost as if she sensed she was being watched. Kwame held his breath, hiding behind a tree, but he couldn't believe what he was about to see. Adisa took a deep breath, closed her eyes, and, right before Kwame's eyes, she began to shrink. Her body slowly shifted, her figure fading until, in a blink, she transformed into a small cucumber lying on the forest floor. Kwame's eyes widened in shock. He felt his heart skip a beat as he rubbed his eyes, wondering if he was dreaming. "No, no, that can't be," he whispered, crouching down in disbelief. "A cucumber. My Adisa, a cucumber." He stared at the cucumber lying there on the ground, his mind racing with questions. Could this be magic? Or had he simply lost his mind? He poked the cucumber gently, but there it lay, unmoving and undeniably real. Without thinking, Kwame bolted out of the forest, running as fast as his legs could carry him. By the time he reached the village, he was out of breath, his face still frozen in shock. Gathering the villagers around him, he began to tell his story, his voice rising with excitement and disbelief. "I'm telling you, she turned into a cucumber. One moment, she was Adisa, and the next, she's lying there on the ground, a cucumber." The villagers gasped, some covering their mouths in disbelief. But as Kwame continued, his gestures animated and his voice filled with amazement, the crowd began to chuckle, and then to laugh. Some villagers clutched their stomachs, others slapped their knees, unable to contain their amusement. "So, Kwame," one of them asked, still laughing, "are you saying that your dream woman is a cucumber?" Kwame tried to explain, his face growing redder as they laughed, but every time he spoke, their laughter only grew louder. Some thought he'd been cursed, others thought he'd just seen an illusion in the forest. Despite the villagers' laughter, Kwame couldn't shake the memory of what he'd seen. From that day on, Adisa was nowhere to be found, and Kwame was left with a strange but unforgettable story. He still wondered what magic or mystery lay behind Adisa's transformation. But one thing was for sure, Kwame would never look at cucumbers the same way again. And so, this story became a favorite tale of the village, a blend of love, magic, and laughter that reminded everyone that not all mysteries need solving, and that sometimes, the things we cannot explain are best left in the magical unknown. Conclusion. And so, dear friends, remember, sometimes love is as mysterious as a breeze, and not everything that's beautiful is what it seems. Until next time, beware of cucumbers, and may your own adventures be filled with laughter, wonder, and a touch of magic. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more magical tales and thrilling adventures. Hit the bell icon to stay updated on every new story. We promise to keep you entertained and inspired.